And we will go through the details of this PowerPoint presentation, and then I'm going to show you some websites at the end of it. And I think by the time we're at the end of this presentation, you'll have a clear understanding of what LaunchV is all about. So just let me start off by saying Bill Gates went from nothing to billionaire in 11 years. Ross Perot in 8 years. Mark Zuckerberg in only 4 years. Good ideas spread very fast. But there's another very important factor, which is timing. Whenever a new industry emerges, there is a sweet spot for starting a new business. It's during the time when the concept and the business is proven successful. But it's still early enough that you can claim territory. So, for the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you the business opportunity that is different than any you've seen before. And I know this is a bold statement, but I want you to just hang in there for a little bit and see if you don't agree that this is the most unusual thing you've seen. What we have here at LaunchV is the opportunity to capitalize on the sweet spot phase. And this is the time for you to be able to claim your territory in this area. Just for you to understand a little bit about how the growth of this industry is going, social gaming development industry has really begun to progress. And you can see this one goes all the way through 2016, so we are actually an amazing sweet spot with the social gaming industry and the social gaming vertical. So what we want you to do right now is just to put on your business hat, and if this makes sense, we're hoping you will join us. And whether you decide to join us or not today, I want you to understand that the person that invited you, you need to give them a big thank you, and you need to draw a line in the sand today and say, I will be starting a home-based business. Because if you don't have a home-based business, you're just throwing money away, because it's not just what you make, it's what you keep, and we're talking about tax benefits as well here. So LaunchV is in the pre-launch phase of an exciting technology company that's launching our very first product this month. So over the next few days, you can join the group of people that have invited you to this call. There's a select group of people who have been sharing LaunchV for a few days, and the opportunity for you to share it with your friends is right now. So you can be the first one to be to market with this and to claim a piece of the pie. And speaking of pies, let me just explain to you here what this is as a pie chart is the percentage of people who are using Facebook to play games. And as you can see, it's 53%. I'm going to go through a few different statistics here because I'm very much of a numbers person. I love to see the numbers of what's happening in a particular vertical. 19% say that they are addicted to playing games. 69% of Facebook gamers are women. 20% have paid cash for in-game benefits. 56 million people play daily. 290 million people play monthly. 50% of Facebook logins are specifically to play games. And let me go into a little more detail here and show this a little closer up. 50% of Facebook logins. And as you know, a lot of times you're able to log in using Facebook, even if you're not going to Facebook necessarily, you are using it as a login. And another thing that's interesting on this particular slide is 50% are logging in for games, and you see the other 50%, it's networking, and so we're part of both of those verticals. So what are we saying that we've done that hasn't been done before? Well, you've just seen that people log in regularly to play games. So games are not new, obviously, but what we are offering is completely new. We are offering a games platform called Vappey, where you can play fun, challenging, brain-stimulating, skill-based games for free and win awesome prizes. Now let that just sink in for a few minutes because there are lots of games out there with prizes. There are lots of games where you can pay to win some cash prizes. But what we have here is an interesting program where you can play games for free and win cash prizes. But the real game changer here is that if you share our games with your friends and they win a prize or points, now or anytime in the future, you win the same prize. And this is for everybody. It's free to register. It's free to play. So this is Vappey. This is our product. As we begin LaunchV, you're going to see that you can become a V promoter and be a part of spreading the word about how amazing Vappey is. So let me explain what this means for you if you're playing the Vappey games. If you share Vappey with me and I register and play and win something now or anytime in the future, you will win the same thing. So if I play 5 individual games and get 100 points, you get 100 points. If I play for free and have the overall high score of the entire competition and win a cash prize of $500, you win $500. If I play a paid game, and maybe I haven't even paid cash to play it, but I've used the points that I accumulated to play in the cash game, and I win an awesome prize of a $5,000 vacation, you referred me then you win the same $5,000 cash, the vacation that I've won. So you can decide to go pro, and that's when you become a V promoter, and this is a very minimal cost, and I will let you know that we will be telling you the complete details of the cost to become involved in tomorrow's webinar. We'll have all the details of the comp plan. We'll go over it piece by piece, so it's going to be sort of a training webinar for you to see exactly what's going on and the cost involved. But for the cost of just a fancy dinner, you can become a V promoter. And what do the V promoters do? Exactly the same thing. The difference is they get paid on every single referral for 10 compressed levels. They don't just match on the prizes and the points, which is huge. That's what the Vappey players do. But they also earn commission on their compressed 10 level of networkers, players, and promoters, and they will earn 10% commission on every prize won in their 10 level network. So let me explain for you the difference with this little chart here of the difference in a player and a promoter. So you can see at the top of the screen in blue is you, and you've chosen to become a V promoter. The people in yellow are players. They have joined Vappey just to play the games, to have fun, to kind of increase their brain skills, and they want to share it with their friends. So you as a promoter have invited Adam, Bob, Don, Chuck, Ed, and Fred. Now those are the people that you've personally referred to the program. You've personally referred for them to play Vappey. They've played the game. They have no idea that this is network marketing because it's never mentioned on the Vappey site. They just know that you invited them to play a game, and they played and they had fun. Now, if any of those people, Adam, Bob, Don, Chuck, Ed, and Fred, if any of those people that you've referred to play the game wins a prize, you win a prize too. So now Adam refers George, Bob refers Helen, Don refers Jack, and so on. Now George refers Mike, Helen refers Nancy, Jack refers Peggy, and so on. So now later in playing the games, Peggy, you can see at the middle of the page on the bottom, played a game, and she won a $5,000 vacation. Jack referred Peggy to play that game, so he also won a $5,000 vacation. Don, who referred Jack, is not a promoter, so he didn't receive anything because the Vappey players only receive matching prizes on those people that they have personally sponsored. It's one level. But you, because you are a promoter, will receive 10% of that $5,000 vacation. You'll receive $500 in earnings for that customer acquisition. And all of those people in your network for 10 compressed levels will pay a percentage. A 10% of every prize won in your organization will be paid to you as a promoter. Now I'm going to go on and explain a little bit later about how the compression works, because some of you that may be new to network marketing may not be familiar with that term. As a V promoter, you are being paid for customer acquisitions and for ticket sales, for game credit sales. So how do you make money giving away free games? I know this sounds very confusing, and as we have had many questions trying to understand how we can give away amazing prizes like we're giving away, how can you do this when people are playing for free? And we will go into detail on that particular component of this business in this coming week as we go through and explain different parts of the business. So if you are a commission qualified promoter, every time someone in your network, player or promoter, wins a prize, you receive 10% of the value of the main prize. And a lot of people say, what is the main prize? The main prize is the person who won the high score for that game. So if the high score for the game wins and they received $1,000, you would receive 10% of that prize if you were a promoter. If someone on level 10 wins a $5,000 designer watch, you would earn $500 because you're a promoter and you get 10% of the earnings in your 10% of the people that have won prizes in your organization compressed. And they're all playing for free, and that's fine. So you have the ability to give something away for free to your friends and family. You don't have to ask them to buy anything, and every time one of them wins a prize, you get 10% of that prize, the value of that prize. But that's not all. You also earn commission on any of game credits that are purchased within your 10-level network compressed. So we're going to give you some details here shortly on how many people are actually spending money on paid games and the paid upgrades and the paid in-app purchases. So qualified promoters are paid a share of the lifetime revenue from the games that people are playing that they introduce to Vappey. You get a portion of your friends and your friends and your friends and your friends all the way on through 10-level network month after month after month. So I'm going to try to use this chart here to explain compression. So you can see the people in this chart that are blue are V promoters. They're the people that have paid to become promoters, and they can play the games and win the prizes as well. But the people in yellow are the Vappey players. They have not upgraded to become a promoter. They may never even have heard that there is the potential to do that, because that's up to you whether you decide to share that with people or not, because it's never mentioned on the Vappey site. People will never see the information about the networking when they're playing the games. So as you can see in this particular example, the people in yellow are pretty far down on below the 10th level. So the one that arches off to the right, all the way down through those folks in the yellow, if the last person there was actually level 1,000, and that person won a $5,000 vacation. What that's going to happen is that the software and the technology is going to search up the line to the first promoter, and they're going to receive 10%, which is $500. So the first person there will receive 500, and then 500 to the next, and 500 to the next, and 500 to the next. And you can see one person there in red. That person will be skipped because they're not a qualified promoter. So maybe they have joined the business, they became a promoter, and they haven't done the required monthly qualifier to actually be commission qualified, and so they've dropped out of qualification, and they are not going to earn any commissions. Now, they would still match on anyone's prize. If the person directly beneath them won a prize, they would still get a prize, but they're not qualified to earn commission. So it seeks up through the line and finds all 10 of each of the next people that are in line that are promoters would receive 10% for 10 levels. And that's a little bit complicated, but it compresses up to you. So you could have people thousands of levels below you. Right now we're over 18, we're going to cross 19,000, I believe it is. I always get confused on the numbers when I'm doing the webinar. But anyway, we're right at 18, 19,000 people. And the thing is, there could be people, 10, 15, 20 levels below you that win a prize, and someone maybe has not upgraded to become a promoter between you and them, and they would compress all the way up to you for the prize 10%. Which is amazing. And if they decide to make in-app purchases, you also receive a percentage of that. So your goal is to get as many people playing Vappey as possible, because the more people you have playing, the more you have winning. Now, your friends are not necessarily promoters, and those of your friends that have not become promoters do not earn commissions. They are just customers playing Vappey, and we want plenty of customers, and so do you. You want lots of people that you've referred that are playing Vappey. They will receive the matching prizes and the matching points on any of the games that they play for the people that they referred to the business. But it's only for their personal referrals. They don't receive any commission or any matching prizes for anything below their first level. And you don't ever have to tell them if you don't want to. It can be our little secret. Some people are uncomfortable sharing these things with their friends and family, but you're never uncomfortable sharing a great restaurant or a great movie or a great game to play. So, of course, your smart friends will ask, well, what's in it for you? And, of course, we want those smart people to join the business and be a part of the promoter's opportunity to actually make some really good money in a vertical that's just in its sweet spot at this point. So the upside to network marketing, for those of you that may have not done it before, is you can make some extra money every month. You have great tax benefits for starting your own home-based business. And when you grow your network, some people are able to go full-time. I'm full-time as a networker. I have a lot of friends that are full-time networkers. You can work from home exclusively. You don't have to spend a lot of time on the road. You don't have to find parking spots, and you don't have to have a boss. You don't have to ask off to go on vacation. There's no alarm clocks. You get up when you feel like it. You get the picture. It's a wonderful business to be in. I can't imagine doing anything else. For 20 years, I owned travel agencies, and it was completely, nonstop. You get up when the alarm goes off. You know what I'm talking about. It's a dream to own your own business and to especially have a home-based business. There's a chart here. It's kind of possibly a little small to look at, but we wanted to show you this because it has some amazing statistics here. A home-based business is started every 12 seconds, and it goes on through 7,200 a day, 300 every hour, 5 every minute. There's a good reason for that. Over 70% of the people in the United States would prefer to be self-employed. Now, that's just the U.S. This is a worldwide opportunity. We have a global opportunity here, and we know people all over the world would prefer to own their own business. 70% of home-based businesses succeed where within 3 years versus 30% for a regular business. I think that's pretty interesting to note. I've owned a regular business, and it's not that easy. I've owned a brick and mortar travel. I've owned 3 brick and mortar travel agencies, and it's been it was a difficult business. 70% of home-based businesses succeed in 3 years. I think that's an amazing number to consider. 44 of the home-based businesses are started with 44% are started for under $5,000, and I can tell you this is dramatically less than $5,000 to start your business. 20% of home-based businesses make $100,000 to $500,000 a year. The income potential is amazing. I mean, this is overall home-based businesses, but when we tell you the income potential tomorrow, when we go over the complete details of what you pay to become a part of this and what you pay monthly and what your income potential is, I think you're going to be even more excited. The downside for most people to having a home-based business or to being in network marketing is they don't want to approach their friends and families to buy something from them. And their friends get pretty annoyed by this as well. So the thing that we have that's unique here is that Vappey is free to join. So you can give away your product and never, ever, ever expect them to buy anything from you, ever. They can play for free forever. That's fine. We don't care, and you don't care either, really, because when they win a prize, you're going to get a percentage of that prize in earnings for that customer acquisition. And if they win, and you've been directly the person that sponsored them, you also win the matching prize. So while LaunchV is free, you need to invite as many people as you can to this opportunity. Next Monday is the big day. You don't have much time left, and if you don't share this with your friends, someone else will. And the person that personally shares that with them is going to be the person that they're going to be sponsored by, and that when they play a game, that person that referred them to the business, to the Vappey Games, they're going to win the matching prize. And every time they spend money, that person will receive a commission. And you want that person to be you. You don't want to delay in mentioning this to your friends. Now, we really encourage you to be on the call tomorrow because we're going to go over the details of the comp plan. I wanted to just kind of go over some details of where the information about this webinar is in your members area of LaunchV. So right here where it says latest news, you're going to see right here we had an update on the 26th, and there will be another update here soon that will have replay information. You can see right here it has a webinar replay, game preview. You can click on here and actually see the game being played so that you understand what the game is. And let me just reemphasize, this is not about a game being developed, a specific game being developed. This is not like we're trying to create the next World of Warcraft or Candy Crush or Angry Birds. We're not trying to create something that's a game that will go viral. We have a platform where we have games, any games that are skill-based can be included in this platform. They can be integrated into this platform and be played for free where people win cash prizes. And if they share the game with their friends and family and someone that they've shared it with wins a prize, they match on the same prize. It's the platform. It's not the specific game. Now, we're launching with a really cool game that we have several codes already that we had a choice of several to choose from, and we went with one that we were very pleased with, that was fun to play, because we want to start off with baby steps. It's going to be a little bit difficult for people to understand in the beginning what the concept is if they share it with their friends or friends play and they win the same prize. People are familiar with things like Words with Friends, and you send somebody an invitation and they play the game and you try to get the high score. It's a similar concept here, only there's a huge game changer in the fact that if they play the game and they win, you win the same prize. If they play the game and they win points, you win the same number of points. So what you have here in your members area is the ability to go through here and do a game preview. I'm going to click on it and you won't. So you're going to hear a little video there.
Welcome to Vappey.
And then as it goes through, you're going to see the details of how the game is played. You're going to see a game being played. Now, the games are not live currently. That's part of what the countdown is. We do not have the games live. They are password protected, so you can't get in there and play the games. Your goal right now is to bring people to LaunchV to see the program, to be able to completely understand what we're offering for them to be a part of. Play the games, or to what we're looking at right now with LaunchV is for them to actually become a promoter and to see the details of being a promoter and why it would be to their best advantage to do that. Also, what I want to let you know is over here is the webinar replay information, and when this is loaded in the back office, you'll be able to replay this particular webinar that you're hearing now. So if someone was not able to get on the call, they can watch the recorded webinar. This is the actual site that people will be able to go to where they can, as you can see, play for free and win cash. And there's going to be an assortment of games. There will be numerous games played. The day that we launch the games, there will be numerous games played. It's not going to be one game played. Now, it's the same type of game, but there will be several games played for certain amounts of money. And on the paid games, there will be different prizes for the paid games. And again, to reemphasize the information about what the game is, I wanted to show you a site that's become very popular here in the U.S. I don't know about 182 countries. It's pretty popular everywhere. This company is called Lumosity. And it's talking about challenging your brain, because if you play games that are skill-based, and numbers games, puzzle games, all of those games really create a clearer mind. It gives you the concentration of playing the games. It just gives you a better clarity and just increases your mind skills. And in this particular company, this company has no opportunity for you to make money. This is just their own company. They have had 50 million members join from 182 countries. And there's a membership required for this. They have to pay monthly to be a part of playing these games. And people are doing it because they want to increase their mind skills. So we are not trying to come up with a new, exciting Candy Crush. We are saying we can incorporate any skill-based game into our platform where people play games that are fun, that are skill-based, and when they play those games and share them with their friends, every time their friend wins a prize, they win the same prize. So it's exciting for us to see the activity that you guys have had. We have been really amazed at not just, sometimes when a company launches, we haven't had a leaderboard. We haven't shown a leaderboard. But I've seen leaderboards where it's the same people every time. And what's been unique about our program here that we have seen as we've watched it grow is everybody is referring people. It's not just a handful of people that are referring people. Everybody is bringing people on board. I think it's refreshing to them. I know it was refreshing to me when it was explained to me the first time. I said it's been a long time since I've seen something that's exciting. It's been a long time since I've seen something that made me say, that makes sense. I haven't seen anything like this before. And, at the beginning of the year, as I've said before, I'm very much of a numbers person. Just for my own benefit, I did a little spreadsheet of what companies I was being pitched by other people. And it was literally more than one a day. And every single one that was being pitched to me had been done before. It was another juice. It was another travel company. It was another energy drink. It was another bid site. It was so many of the same thing over and over and over again. I have seen nothing like this, nothing. And I'm sure you have seen nothing like this either, because it's not out there. It hasn't been done before. And we are the first. And we are excited about the potential that you have for having already seen the light and begun to promote this. And we hope that you now even pick up the pace and really for the next, you only have about 6 days left, close to 6 days, a little over 6 days, to get things going and really put as many people as you can at this point. So let me go through and look at the questions and see if there's anything. It says, can you put a catchphrase on the news update, something that will pull people's attention, please? That's a good idea. A catchphrase we will definitely check into this. I'm going to go through a couple of questions and not take a whole lot of time, because we try to keep our presentations at 30 minutes, just because we know you're busy and we want you to be busy out talking to people. How often do we get paid, and via what method? I will tell you, you are paid via Payoneer. Payoneer is a very strong company, and I can tell you we researched for forever, making sure we were comfortable with the company for paying out, and Payoneer is the one we've landed with, and it's an excellent company. How often do we get paid? We're going to go over the detail of that tomorrow in complete detail. Every single detail of the comp plan we will go over with you tomorrow. Will the promoter cost be monthly or one-time charge? There will be a membership charge, and then there will be a monthly charge. And I can tell you both are very inexpensive. Especially, I've even been pitched things, 2 or 3 things over the weekend, and then when they told me the price, I was shocked that people were paying those fees. Can we still bring people in after the launch? Well, after the launch, the game Vappey will be available for you to promote to your friends that may not be interested in joining and becoming a promoter. But you will be able to bring people in, obviously, for free to Vappey. And I think that's probably the end of the questions. It looks like there's a couple more coming in. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Will we get an invite for tomorrow's webinar? You should have received an email that had all of the webinar invites on there, because we've already seen people register for the ones for the rest of the week. There's a webinar every day this week, and I'm sure Steve will have additional information in the members area about all of the webinars. Will there be integrations of other languages? Well, I can tell you one thing. We did decide intentionally on games that did not require language specifics. There are a lot of games out there that are multiple choice, like who was the president when 9/11 happened or something. You know, it's like and that would be a United States-based question. We don't want to have those sorts of questions that you would have to be knowledgeable in U.S. history or even anything that requires language. So the games that we have are very easy to play. If you've never ever, if you can't read English at all, it's going to be easy for you to play. You're going to understand completely what you're supposed to do. But we will have different languages, and we'll be doing that based on the number of people that have signed up from that area. We also have a number of leaders who have stepped up to the plate and said they will translate all of this into to their language and begin to do presentations. I can't begin to tell you how important that is. When I first started in network marketing, as I said, I own travel agencies, and when I decided to do network marketing, I started having meetings in the evenings at my office. And stepping up to the plate and doing presentations will grow your business at a dramatic pace. Whether you do it at a physical location, whether you do it in your home, whether you do it on a webinar, there are all sorts of free webinar programs that you can tap into. Stepping up to the plate and doing that will grow your business dramatically. The way this is structured, and when you hear tomorrow about the compensation plan details, the way this is structured, you could start off with a couple of people. You could start off with 2 people and be in profit in your business. 2 people that join you and commit to this, and you would be in profit. If you just went from that point and just sponsored 1 person a month into your business that wanted to work the business with you, if you had an inner circle of people that wanted to be in business, they wanted their home-based business, they wanted to be successful and be able to quit their job and not have a boss and work from home. If you had 1 person a month to do that, you would be making good money at the end of that year. But I can tell you, the person that starts off running with this and says, I'm going to just turn off the TV, I'm going to turn off Facebook for right now, I'm going to go and build this business as large as I can, as fast as I can, they will be amazed at what can be accomplished here, because that's really the secret to this, is stepping up to the plate and taking the responsibility. So I think we have one more question here. So the people we bring in after the launch would not be able to upgrade. No, that's not true. The people that you bring in after the launch will be able to upgrade. It's just that right now you're able to reach out to a lot of people in the pre-launch for them to be able to see a little bit about the business. After that point, you'll have to choose whether you determine someone is the person you want to approach about the business or about the games. So you may have someone that you send the game information to with Vappey, and they love to play games, and you see that they're referring it to numerous people. You may want to give them a call and say, you know, I see you really have a lot of friends that are playing games. Did you know there is an opportunity to go pro and actually earn a commission with this? So yes, you will be able to have people upgrade after the launch. And is this worldwide, and can I make money from players around the world? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Absolutely. So I'm going to, how soon will this weekly daily webinar be available after initial transition, as I can only get on this time of day of the week? We will have this in the back office very quickly. It's, I think it'll be in, if not, I would say first thing tomorrow at the very latest. If a player gathers a lot of credits, can those credits be converted to prizes? They can't be converted to prizes. They can be converted to playing the paid game. So you see this cash prize, Amazon gift card, Zappos gift card for shoe shopping, one of my personal favorites, travel vouchers. You could, these games will, this game is free to play. These games will cost. There will be a cost involved. What they call this type of marketing is freemium. So this part is free, but for the premium games, you have to pay a little bit. This one might be $1 and this one might be $2 to play. And you cannot use your credits to actually get a prize, but you can use your credits to enter the cash games that are premium games that cost to enter those games. And we are right at 3:31, so I'm going to stop the questions at that point, and be sure and let your friends know to get on the call tomorrow, because we will be going over the details of the compensation plan. We're very excited. We're very anxious, as we know you are, to be launched, and that it's getting close, and there's no time like now to reach out to more and more people and really ramp up your activity and bring people into the program. So thanks so much for joining us today, and we appreciate what you're doing. We hope you'll be on the call tomorrow where we go over the details of the comp plan. Talk to you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.